Welcome, Aries. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. And welcome to your Aries season reading, right? So I've saved you for last. Not that, you are last, right? It has nothing to do with that. I saved the best for last, right? Last but not least. It is your birthday season. And because it is, I'm going to do an extended reading for you that's going to include the reading that the other signs got. And then in addition to that, tapping into your money and love for you. Okay. So that's why I wanted to take my time with you, Aries. And so welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. If you would please consider liking, sharing, commenting, all of that helps to share the message, get it out to those that may need to see it. And if you have not, maybe this is your first time passing through, you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. If you find yourself subscribing, remember to hit the bell so you'll be notified in case I go live in the future or post other content that may be of interest. All right. I think I'm going to start with money for you, Aries. And for money, we're going to use the Clarity deck. For love, we're going to use the Tarot of the Heart. And then when I go to the regular reading, of course, as I've read for everyone else from the Crow Oracle and Crow Tarot, and then ending out with the the Oracle of Hafiz for your ending message. Okay, so I can't wait to get started. I hope you guys are enjoying your birthday season. I know a lot of you like to celebrate yourselves all month long, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I hope it is everything that you want and then some and more. I think I'm going to probably do that this year, celebrate my birthday every day of my birthday month. Why not? Right? We're so worthy. And so I hope you are enjoying the start of your birthday season. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and prepare your spread for your money. I'm going to turn my mic off because it tends to be a little loud. Okay. So give me. Okay. Thank you for your patience, Aries, as I dealt out your hand. And so when it comes to money for you, I got the Ace of Swords. I hope you can see that. I got the Justice. I got the Strength. And I got the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. And so the Ace of Swords talks about having some new clarity on how you relate to money. There's some new ideas. There's possibly some new way of seeing money for you right now during this time. Um, and you may, in fact, even be delving into new ways of making money, possibly adding new streams of income, seeing new opportunities, possibly to skip over to another position that makes more money. There seems to be some ideas that you have about money that's coming in right now that's giving you some clarity or giving you birthing to new ideas about how you see money. This could definitely also be exploring your relationship with money, right? I do feel that as well. This is not even delving into how you're using it. This is purely like how you connect to money. And this could talk about finding new ways to uh, relate to money. If you're somebody who likes to like shop, right? When you start to, get a little antsy, you use like shopping to do that. You may be exploring other ways to address, that type of um, use with money for someone here. I just see new ways of, relating to money coming in for you. I also see that there's possibly some type of money that you could be coming into right now with the justice. This could be some kind of lawsuit that you could be expecting here or pursuing here. And there may be like some lump sum that comes out of this with the justice. The justice usually can sometimes point to the law of some kind or some type of case, a court case or some decision, right? That'll be made in your favor. It's a very logical energy that's coming in for you. And so, whatever this is, if you are involved in some kind of case, this means that it may, in fact, tilt in your favor and you may win that case and be able to expect something out of it. If it's not that, your way of really thinking of money is really logical. You could be someone who's really good with numbers, someone who's really good with money. And so you see opportunities and you seek ways to stay balanced, right? You could be someone who manages money very well with the justice here. This is somebody with their head on real straight when it comes to money. And you think really logically when it comes to money too. Also, you could handle money really well with the strength. There could be ways that you budget. You could be have a strict, system that you stick to, and it works for you. It works for you. And if you're not yet working a system, you are seeking ways to do this. There's some realization of needing some type of structure and some type of system to go by. I feel like there's a seeking something like that. If you're not already well adjusted in something like that, money seems to be something that interests you and you're willing to put in the effort and the time, like to maintain what you have, to balance it, to be open to new ideas of ways to handle your money or even bring in more money. You could be someone who's willing to take on several different, ways of bringing in streams of income. You're always open for the next idea to do that. And then also, I do feel like you have a very strong belief when it comes to not only a system for money, but you also, there's a connection where there's something about you believing in something that you're doing that's going to be passed down. Right. And so this is the way that 11:11 on the clock, the way that you relate to money is when you do things, there's some connection to the next generation, right? You operate the way that you are because you believe that what you're establishing and the habits that you are cultivating, and even the money that you're making. There's something about connecting that. You're very connected to the next generation. You believe in building not only for yourself, but building for those that are connected with you or coming after you. For someone, you have a very spiritual approach to money. You could connect your money with your spiritual beliefs, and you believe that that is where your wealth comes from with the 10 of Pentacles. And so your money looks really good. You know, it doesn't say that you're rich, but it says that you have a good hold on what you have and you maintain it and you balance it. And you may, in fact, with this 10 of Pentacles, find ways to increase it and build it so that you can pass it on. So your money looks really good. It looks good. Anything else about Aries money? So I see the 9 of Pentacles following the 10 of Swords. So there's something here about someone looking at you very abundantly, possibly. And I don't know why this is coming out in your money, but someone may be seeing you very abundant. This person could actually be having, a difficult time with their money or feeling under pressure in some type of way. There's something, or they're suspicious of you. I almost feel like someone feels like you're cutting corners in some type of way to achieve the kind of prosperity or wealth that you have, because they see you as very wealthy for some reason. Maybe you are. For somebody, you may be a little bit older, right? This is not for everybody. You could be someone who is about to retire, someone who has just acquired some type of property, or maybe you've entered into a season of retirement and you have like benefits coming in from different sources. I feel like there could be someone that is really watching your money or suspicious of something for some reason. And if it's not an older person, if you're not an older person and you're younger, someone is suspicious as to why you're so abundant, so young, right? Somebody may be looking at you like with the bombastic side eye, like, how are you getting all that? I want to know, like, especially if you have already acquired property, like someone is looking at you very suspiciously, like you must be doing something under the table to get this. So you must be doing well for people to actually, have to be suspicious of your success. That says that you are, successful in some type of way in what you're doing. But be careful, because I do see people looking at your pockets. Why are you worried about what Aries is doing? Why are you counting Aries pocket change, right? That's the question. For some of you, you could be ready to experience something different when it comes to a job. I have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Cups. Like you're looking, or you're about to take a chance and leap into something else. I see you ready to do something else. But whatever that is going to be good, because it's coming out in the 9 of Cups. Whatever it is, it's going to provide, possibly even better than where you are now. And so this risk will be worth taking. It says it'll be favored with the Knight of Wands. Just make sure you do everything, according, to the book. That's the only concern I have with the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands want to move so fast. Sometimes they're willing to cut corners. Just make sure you're doing everything and being honest so nothing comes back to bite you in the butt. This looks really good. Your monies look good. And if you are looking to go to something else, that looks good too, Aries. we're going to go into love for you. Love for Aries. I'm trying not to shuffle hard. Give me 1 second. I'm going to just put it on pause. 1 second. Okay, Aries, thank you for waiting while I shuffled on mute. So, what I have for you for your love spread is the Tower, the Star, the Hanged Man, and then I have the Wheel of Fortune and the Faith. Okay. And so right now it feels like there could be, or not right now, this is actually coming from a place of disturbed energy is what I'm hearing when it comes to love. And so I'm talking to someone who has been through some stuff. I don't think this is possibly, it could be someone that's young, but it's somebody who definitely has some experience, right? And this experience has taught you some very valuable lessons. Whenever I see the Tower, that lets me know that you've been through some things with love where you've had to let go, you've had to surrender, you've had to pray, you've had to cry, you've had to snot, right? You've had to pick yourself up and tie your boots up and keep moving, even when things didn't feel right. You've been through some things, right? And the Tower is all about lessons. The Tower is all about surrendering to what's happening. Because this feels like it could be something that maybe even came in, and when we talk about surrender, like there is a level of being humble, right? That a lesson around humility many times when we're talking about surrendering, it's understanding like what's happening. I don't have anything that I could do. All I could do is like I could act a fool, but to surrender is a more powerful approach to a situation in love that you have no control over. And it feels like that for you. It feels like there was some things that possibly had caused you to have to surrender to it, right? It probably taught you a lot. There was probably some um, ego deaths with this situation in the past. However, it's in the past. You learned the lesson. You got the t-shirt for it. Kudos, right? Presently, though, there's the Star, which says that you may, in fact, be sitting in the actual beautiful situation that you desire. And if you're not yet, you still have an inspiration towards love. More so, I do feel like for those that are sitting in this energy, this is a very beautiful connection that you have with the star. You and your partner enjoy beautiful times of happiness, and you're growing together. You may, in fact, care for each other in the same way. You see how both of these pictures are pouring into the water? This is equal reciprocation, right? There is a love that is shared in this bond that you have, where you both pretty much feel the same, like you give the same amount of energy, consideration. It doesn't mean that you do the same things, right? But there's the intention being poured into this connection, this love, and you enjoy it, right? It feels like a special gift is what the star feels like. And if you're not yet in this kind of relationship, you're inspired to be. No matter what this tower brought you through or drug you through, you have not given up on love. You still aspire to this kind of connection, right? You still have hope in your heart. You didn't let that person steal your joy or steal your heart or your hope in love. And I feel like you're being seen by someone. This star says that someone is seeing you from afar. And this is actually bringing in the possibility of a new relationship towards you. There's something in the works. The star also talks about wish fulfillment. Like there's something in the works for you as it pertains to love if you're not in your connection yet. And so this also, I feel like, could in fact be someone you already know, someone who is in your life already, who may in fact be in a position of like a mentor, someone that you look up to in some kind of way. But you're being guided to this connection, to this person. I feel that with the star. Yeah, this could be an Aquarius for someone. And so that's the current energy of love. Now, in the future, I do have the Hanged Man here. And so the Hanged Man is a very interesting energy. I feel like there could be a time for some of you where you will have possibly like a short time apart from your person if you're in a connection. And this time apart is going to serve a time to get some kind of insight, right? It's going to give a moment of silence, possibly within the connection, um, for you to alter in some type of way your perspective on love, maybe even get some clarity on your connection. When you come out of the hangman position, if you're in a connection, you actually come back with more insight, with a little bit more clarity, like on what you need to see and how you need to approach the relationship. I don't know if someone's needing some time apart. Just because you need time apart does not mean that there's something wrong with the relationship, right? People are different, right? Sometimes you can be with someone, but then you also need a time away to be alone too. That's completely normal. This feels like it could be something like that. This could be in a connection where someone actually works, away from home for an extended period of time. And, you could be actually having that come up here in the future where you'll be separated for a little bit. But this could also be a separation because there's something that needs to be worked out. And there's the agreement, like maybe we do need some time apart and, just to get a little bit of insight, mature a little bit, and then we can come back together once we grow. It could be that too. But there's some need for this break before revisiting the relationship for someone. Some type of valuable time out, possibly. This may be stepping away to take care of yourself. You may be going to actually pull away from the relationship to go spend time with family and friends. That's perfectly normal too, right? And so there's something about, if you're in a relationship, this in the future, right? We're looking forward. There's going to be a beautiful time of separation. This doesn't feel like anything like there's something wrong with the relationship. It just feels like you'll both be in two separate places for some reason. And while you're in separate places, there's replenishment happening. There's someone's getting insight. There's going to be a lot that you bring back to the relationship when you come back together. If you're looking for love, this is you waiting, right? I don't feel like this star energy, I don't feel like it's going to happen overnight, right? There's something happening right now. And I feel like spirit may be preparing you in certain ways and possibly having you even heal like from the past. This could be a time where introspection is taking place so you can get a clear understanding like of what type of things led to some of the experiences that you've had. Whatever it is, spirit has you in a waiting position for a very good reason. Okay. And so this might be time used wisely to heal, to introspect, to grow closer to yourself, to really explore your own, even your spiritual self and who you are, what it is that you want, what you like, right? There's something that may, in fact, be changing about you and how you're seeing things right now. And that needs to complete before this happens. But I don't see that happening right away, this love thing coming in if you are waiting for love, okay? But it is coming. I see beautiful connections coming towards you. Now, I do have the Wheel of Fortune coming in. This is a challenge because you may want it to happen right now. And I'm talking to my single folks, right? There's something about you having difficulty allowing things to happen naturally, right? Especially if you know who this is, right? You may have a urge to kind of rush things along. And I'm not saying that won't work, but again, this time that you are spending is being spent very wisely. Like there's something happening right now. It may feel like nothing's happening, but there's something being cultivated. It might be emotionally in you. It might be in them. It might be something psychological. It might be ending, and tying up loose ends with stuff we don't know exactly what it is, but there's something happening right now. And so it's important to allow things to settle how they need to. The Wheel of Fortune says that there is a destiny at play here when it comes to love. And this is kind of things being worked out, right? This is energy being worked out and playing out and resolving when it comes to love. That could be for you, that could be for the other person. But this is all about destiny and things playing out the way that they're supposed to. Okay. So there's some message coming through to someone here, right? Saying that there is success when it comes to love, but please allow things to play out the way that they need to. Okay. There's something happening here that's working in your behalf as it's being played out right now. The fact that the Wheel of Fortune comes out means that it's actually working in your favor. And so this is important to allow things to actually happen for you and don't feel like you have to go and make things happen. Okay. If you're in a relationship, there could be shifts that are happening right now. Things are taking place that are possibly confusing to you. Maybe there's a shift in like the relation, how you're relating to each other. There's like something different happening there. This is absolutely a positive card. And so this is not, I don't feel like this is anything to be worried about. Like I said, like sometimes people need space. Like, I think I probably would be one of those people. Like, I don't know if I want to be up under somebody 24/7. As much as I could be crazy about somebody, I would need to be able to like go away for like a week or so, right? And so that may be this person, right? This person may need like a downtime or something. I'm hearing they may need like a downtime or something, but it's nothing to worry about. The Wheel of Fortune is actually really good energy. But this is talking about other factors that play into this situation that may have outliers, like things that really have nothing to do with you, but they're a part of the situation. But it says that there's a successful connection here if you're in a relationship. Um, but there are other things involved, right? It could be work, especially if it's a distanced, relationship where they're away for work often, right? It could be family, it could be finances, but it's saying that whatever is happening, there's shift that's happening is actually happening for the better. And whatever this is will actually end up bringing you closer together. So trust it, okay, if you are in a relationship. If you're not, just have fun. Like, you're not committed. Live your life right now. I do see good things coming towards you, but until that happens, take time for you. Do things that you love. Do things that make you happy and that build your self-esteem and, your ability to know yourself. This is your time to be with you and love you. The Wheel of Fortune is saying go out, meet people, socialize, just allow things to take place the way that they will. You don't have to do anything. Things are being done for you, okay? Now, when it's all said and done, we have the faith coming out here with the love. And this is really beautiful energy. This says that you actually, let me see, she's holding a cup and a cross. So you could be someone who, has some type of religious belief because she's holding a cross in one hand and a cup in the other. I can't help but think of religion. So you could be someone who is, very much represented by your faith. And this says that you have a lot of faith in your connection. If you're in a connection, if you're not, this says that you have a lot of faith that the right person will be brought to you. Mhm. And in some way, there's some spiritual part that's very important to you. Um, that's what causes you to continue to believe. And so this also just means to make sure that you are um, holding yourself in high esteem, especially when it comes to loyalty. If you're single, this can sometimes get us in trouble. Faith can sometimes get us in trouble because if we are not in the right relationship, it's hard to assess that properly. Sometimes when we are leaning on faith, we can sometimes stay longer than we need to stay and go further than we need to go. And I'm speaking from experience. And so for someone, this means to make sure that you are really being honest and aware and you're assessing your relationship as it pertains to loyalty in a fair way for yourself. This may point to, I don't know, I might have to get some more information on this. It is a positive outcome, but there's some need to reassess like your loyalties is what this card is feeling like. There's something about reassessing if you've been loyal or if your person has or is being loyal. Are you assessing the relationship in that way? Are you insecure and thinking that they are not loyal? Or are they insecure and thinking that you're not loyal? There's something about that that may be coming up here, though I do see it actually having a positive outcome because of the backing of faith, right? There's something happening here. Yeah. And needing to actually really look towards the commitment being made. It's like, yeah, I'm loyal. I committed to you, didn't I? Or, yeah, they're loyal. They committed to you, right? Not that people won't be disloyal, but in this case, there's possibly some questioning of that, or maybe some thoughts lingering in the back, bringing up some suspicions. I don't know. And so I'm just feeling that energy here. If you're looking for love, this is you just really believing, and you have for a long time, that love, the perfect love for you exists. And it does. And you will, in fact, meet that person or meet up with that person. I think that's why it's so important right now to understand the importance of this waiting time. There's a lot that's happening in the waiting. And it's almost like perfect timing is crucial for success here. There may be some things that are being worked out, but faith says for you, if you're waiting on love, that you still believe, you have a strong conviction about love, and you should, because there's something very beautiful coming towards you here. Um, Anything else about love? And then we're going to move on to your regular reading. Anything else for Aries about love? Hmm. For someone, this feels very new. I have the Four of Wands and the Page of Wands. Like you are stepping into, or you're about to, for someone, step into a marriage or a commitment with someone. It feels very new. Like you are right at the door of creating this new life with someone. I don't know if you just got married. I could be speaking to someone who just got married or is a newlywed, and you are just now stepping into that. It feels very new to you. For someone else, the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Swords in reverse is warning you not to move too fast, not to step into anything without doing due diligence, and without vetting the person to make sure that you really know who you're dealing with. um, and the Ace of Swords in reverse is giving too much thought. You're overthinking something when it comes to love, and it could be around the loyalty thing, right? You're overthinking it. It could also be, when is this going to come? You're overthinking it. Spirit just wants you to live and enjoy the fruit of your beliefs. Because you believe and you didn't give up on love, you stand in this position right now if you're with your person already. And because you didn't give up and you didn't, fall into this sour energy around love, you have beautiful love connections coming towards you, Aries. And so now is not the time to overthink it. Like right now, you should be living and loving yourself and experiencing life and growing and maturing. And, you should be experiencing yourself at the deepest level so that when you meet your person, they get to experience that amazing you that you've become. I feel like there's something about you that's becoming right now. So you can't meet them too soon because you're becoming who they're going to fall in love with. Okay. But it feels good. It's good energy. Okay. I love this for you. I love it. All of the things that you have been through when it comes to love has prepared you for this. And if you're already in your connection, you're probably thankful, right? And you can thank the people that drug you to get here because and I'm sure your person thanks them too. It's like, thank you, because you prepared them for me, right? And so there's something about just being really appreciative and thankful for being in this moment right now, because whether you're with your person or whether you're waiting, things are unfolding really beautifully for you, okay? So nothing to worry about, okay? Just live and enjoy what you have right now, okay? Whatever it is, that's for love for you, Aries, okay? I love that for you. Let's go into your regular reading. And so I'm going to start off with my Oracle Tarot along with my Oracle Crow, and then my Crow Tarot. And then we're going to get an ending message as well. I'm going to turn off my mic so I can shuffle yet again. Thank you, Aries. All right. Thank you for your patience. Spirit, we're asking for predictions for Aries in the month of April. What can Aries expect? What does Aries need to prepare for? Predictions for Aries in the month of April. Prediction for Aries in the month of April. I love it. All right, so we have abundance that came out for you. Sounds about right. We have protection. And we have night. And you know what immediately came up for somebody? Because I know there was the energy of someone retiring here. In the future, Spirit is saying protect your nest egg, right? And I can't help but think of all of the scams that are happening right now on the internet with bank accounts, with Zelle. For somebody, if you're watching this, or if you have family, let them know, like, be aware of phone calls, people pretending to be banks and institutions, people pretending to be other people that they're not. There's this scam where somebody will call and pretend like they're like the grandchild, and they'll call the grandparent, and they'll, act like they're in some kind of trouble and have the grandparent go down and wire money or Western Union money or pull out cash or Zelle it, right? There's something about that. Spirit is saying protect your nest egg. I'm hearing that clearly for someone, okay? Protect your nest egg. There may be someone, a predator or some type of scam artist that is about to approach you or that has been watching, okay? And you don't have to be old, young people alike. Protect your finances, okay? Because abundance here talks about being in a very prosperous energy, and having an excess right now of, materials, finances, an excess of, just food, things, anything that you would need to live, right? There's an excess right now. This might be in light even of some other situation happening. Like you may be experiencing this very abundant season, and then there's also someone that that's going through a difficult, hard time for some reason. But you're going through this moment of abundance, this season of abundance. And it's possibly because of being aware of something. I'm hearing you may have caught a hold of, someone may have gotten a hold of like the stock market at the right time and hit, right? Or something like that. But for some reason, you sit in the energy of abundance. It could be simply because you earned it as well. But abundance is where you sit right now. There's something very abundant about your energy, about your attention. Like you even see things in abundance. There's nothing lack-minded about you right now. But there's a need to be aware. I got that again. And to be led by your intuition. That's coming out here. Yeah. And so there's something very abundant about where you sit right now. And not to take it for granted, and to guard it. Protection. You see how they're guarding the egg? To guard it. I feel like this also means not to handle it loosely. But I don't think I'm just talking about money. When we say abundance, remember it's not just money. This is also an abundance of energy, an abundance of love, an abundance of joy, an abundance of peace, an abundance of health, right? And so this is a need for you to be aware, like on every end, and guard what you have. Guard what you have. Don't just leave it out in the open. Don't just let anyone come into your space, right? Because not everybody means you well. Especially for you, Aries, something like that came out here in your finances. There may, in fact, be those that are watching, waiting to pounce, waiting for an opening to come in and catch you vulnerable. And so there's something about protection here that comes up. It's telling you to fiercely protect the things that you cherish. And this could even, it's an egg here, this could even be your children. Spirit is saying protect what's yours. Whatever it is that you cherish, this is the time to protect it. Okay? And so there's something about being in a place, right? Being in a world where um, there's something out there, that's always waiting, for an opportunity. But there's also something to know that you have the ability, if you stay aware and on guard, you have the ability to bypass those kinds of um, dangers that exist out there. And this is the need to just understand that there is not only a level of protection you can provide, but also to know that you are being protected. I'm hearing that as well. There's something here about being at one within yourself and with the divine. And that is what offers protection. Yeah. I don't know if someone's feeling vulnerable right now. You could be aware of this feeling of vulnerability, or you have some kind of fears or insecurities that are showing up right now. Um, there's something about being at one within yourself and with your higher power, okay? And knowing that you are protected. Focusing your shift away from fear and lack mindset restrictions, and feel confident that you are protected as you move forward. Okay. We also have night coming out here. Night. And as I look at this picture, we do have a picture of the moon. Um, but we also have it's nighttime, but all the birds look like they're very busy, right? Very busy. That's why I was saying I get the feeling like something is happening in the dark. Like when no one is looking, there's a lot of busyness going on, right? When no one's looking, when the lights go out, when it's probably a time where you won't be paying attention, you're asleep or you're preoccupied, right? That's the energy I get. But this card is a 33. So that is a master number that brings in the energy of um, I think that's the energy of being compassionate, having this overwhelming sense of compassion. And that may be bringing in the energy of needing to be guarded, though. You can be compassionate and empathic, but not to a fault, to where people can actually use that against you and get over on you, right? There's something about just being on guard, being on guard. And so, yeah, for someone, this also may be pointing to needing to make sure that you're getting the proper amount of rest. With night coming out here, it does talk about making sure you're getting sleep and not allowing, your mood to be affected by sleeplessness, or, there's something important about making sure you're getting your full 8 hours of sleep or however long you need to sleep, because it will not only affect your mood, it'll also affect your health and your ability to focus and be aware and move in the ways that you need to. There's something about the sleeping habits that are linked to several different types of illnesses that can arise if you don't allow yourself to get enough. Okay, so for someone, this is a reminder to get enough rest, take care of your health. That's important. There may be a need to create a healthy bedtime routine here. If you've gotten away from that and you're finding yourself just kind of maybe doing other things, instead of sleeping, right? Spirit is bringing this up, saying how important it is to get rest. Hopefully, it's not around stress, right? But that's the energy I have for you. Let's take a look here and see what else comes out, Aries. What else is coming out for Aries here? Predictions in the month of April. So we want to be on guard, be protective. We want to get enough rest. All right. So I have the Two of Wands, the Strength, and the Seven of Pentacles. There's that energy of investments coming out here. So I feel like for the month of April, it really feels like a month where you're going to have eyes on your investment. That may mean literal. It may not be literal, but the Seven of Pentacles is you being able to see what you've been working for come to fruition. You'll be able to see it with your own eyes and observe it. Um, you'll see it, the benefits of it coming into fruition. So there's something that will show up for you. And I feel like it's going to be practical. That's going to show up in your energy, in your environment. There's some level of you being able to see the fruition of what you've been working for here. I also feel like the environment this month will be one of just a lot of the energy feels very um, awakened and courageous. Like the energy around you is going to be one that will possibly encourage you to stand up and be a little bit um, more voicey than usual, possibly. There's something about your environment that's going to possibly cause you to speak up, especially if it's something you're concerned about. You may find yourself voicing more than normal. There's something in your environment that causes you to have to speak up and possibly even make different choices with the Two of Wands. You'll be choosing, aware of making choices here. There's something in what you'll experience and what you'll see in the month of April that may in fact be changing. Maybe you'll choose a different way to handle something, or maybe you'll choose to do things a little bit different. There's some choice that will be before you in the month of April. Yep. What did I say? This card was turned upside down. Change. Right as I was saying it. There's some change coming in. And I feel like that change is your response to things, though. Why am I hearing that? It's your response to what you're going to see in April. Yep, there's that worry. What are you worried about, Aries? What are you worried about in April? So I have the Hierophant, the Emperor, and the Nine of Swords. Somebody got you stressing. Somebody got you stressing this month. You are on guard this month, right? And it feels like this could be someone, it does feel like an authority figure with the Hierophant and the Emperor. You're worried about something. And I don't know if your mind, this might be the cause of you not getting enough rest. The spirit is saying you need to prioritize your rest. And so there may be things that stress you out a little bit this month, but don't let that make you miss sleep. Okay. There may be people, I don't know who this emperor or this hierophant is. In some way, there's something that you're worried about. The spirit is saying, don't let this cause you to miss sleep. Don't do it. So the emperor could be a boss. The emperor carries a lot of fatherly energy too. The emperor could be someone of authority. And then the hierophant is the same. It could be an institution, it could be an learning institution. It could be a spiritual institution. It could be like a government, it could be any of those things. But there's something about authority here, or someone in a position of authority that you're worried about. Why are you worried? Why are you worried in the month of April here? Why are you worried in the month of April, Aries? I almost feel like there's something in the wind that you're going to hear about. There's something in the wind that you're going to hear about that maybe you're not supposed to hear about. I don't know. But I don't want to start nothing. We have the Two of Cups, the World, and the Page of Cups, clarifying why you'll be worried about the Hierophant, the Emperor, and the Knight of Swords. Someone is worried. And it could be love related. That's what it feels like. You may be overthinking, but I don't want to inner guidance, Let's take a look at what else comes out for you in April. Predictions for Aries. Predictions for Aries. All right, so we have the Queen of Cups, the Justice, and the Devil. So you're going to have a hard time you're going to have a hard time feeling that you know something and not knowing whether to follow those feelings and prove it or just let it be. Because the Queen of Cups is giving me intuitive energy and feelings about, I don't know, something not being right with the Devil. There's something that's bothering you this month. And it may, in fact, almost turn into like this nagging feeling or this nagging thought in the back of your mind. And then the justice being in the middle, it's like you want to do the right thing. You want to believe the best, but there's just something that just, you're worried about something this month. What is this that Aries is just so worried about? What is this that Aries is so worried about? I'm never going to tell you not to trust your intuition. I'm the one. I'm going to tell you to trust it. Now, should you lose sleep over it and become obsessive? And no, but trust it. Make note. You got a little calendar in your phone. Start taking notes and writing down dates and documenting stuff and just let it be, the truth will always come out, right? Let it be revealed, whatever it is. And it will. So we have the Star, the Six of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. I almost feel like someone is concerned that this could be like things resurfacing in some way. Someone's concerned that they won't, it almost like there's the concern that things will just fall apart, for lack of better words, right? The Star is the ideal, situation, wish fulfillment, exactly what you asked for. And you're pouring into this and they're pouring into you. And then the Five of Pentacles, it's like someone being left out in the cold, you giving, but then ending up being left out in the cold in some type of way. Someone's concerned that things may not end fairly. But where is this coming from? The Nine of Wands. There's some wounded energy that you are possibly and then the Five of Wands, scattered energy. I don't know, Aries. I will never tell you not to follow your intuition. You should, okay? It's the way that you do it. The justice says that you want to actually do things like in divine order with a high level of integrity. Not that you shouldn't follow your intuition, but do it with a high level of integrity if you suspect something, right? I can't help but think about, and this might just be for one person, this might be for a couple, on what is the name of that movie? What is the name of the movie? It's a Tyler Perry movie, Family That Something Together, Family That, The Family That Pray Together is the name of it. And she was so heartbroken. And when she found out that the husband was having an affair, and she went to the mother, and they didn't like each other, but the mother was like, girl, what is you crying for? You are, what does she say? You are a scorned woman without a prenup, you know? Go home and make your demands, was her advice to the woman. Like, in other words, you have the upper hand here. Like, it's how you handle it, right? It is what it is. You can't change the circumstances, but you can make the best out of the circumstance so things turn out well for you. Um, I don't know why that's coming up here. By no means am I saying anybody is, that's the situation. That's just what Spirit just brought up to me. And I say that to say it's all in how you handle a thing, right? And so this justice is sticking out for me, which says that there is like a high level of integrity here, right? Wanting to do the right thing. And you're right for wanting to do the right thing. This may not even be anything. The Nine of Wands came out, which says that there's something about a wounded energy here. The Five of Pentacles came out too, which says that there's the need for some healing, right? There's something about the mindset. And this may not even be you, right? We could be talking about someone else that's connected to you, how they're perceiving you, but the energy is coming out here as a challenge this month. And so, however this is playing out for you, the Five of Wands says that there's scattered energy. It's very unbalanced. The Nine of Wands says that there's just some healing needed in a situation. And again, as I stated, this could just be for someone specific, okay? But there's healing needed in a situation. Again, it's all in how you handle it too. All in how you handle it. This might be a time to start documenting stuff, start really taking note. Don't lose no sleep, right? Losing sleep is not going to change the situation. All it's going to do is cause your health to start to dwindle. Because remember what Spirit said, sleep is of the essence here. Your sleep routine is priority right now. So there's something about that needs to be taken into consideration. But this is the challenge coming out. Like, there's something that's needs to be clarified, right? There's something that needs to be settled here. But I think it's all in the way it's handled. It could be a misunderstanding, right? When I read the love reading, at the end, if you remember, we got the faith, which says that there could have been like some suspicions or something like that. That could be what this is. I don't know. I'm just reading energy. But that is coming out as a challenge, okay? Now, whether that energy is coming from you or coming from someone involved with you, I don't know. I'm just going to leave it there. But I do have the Lovers, the Ten of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune, okay? And so there's some challenges coming here with the Ten of Swords. And the Wheel of Fortune. The Lovers, the Ten of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. This almost feels like the feeling of betrayal sneaking in some type of way. Someone feels betrayed, and this is going to come out of nowhere. It's going to come out of nowhere. Because this is stuff that you don't even realize, that someone is feeling betrayed in some type of way, or maybe they're dealing with betrayal, not from you, but from something that happened way back in the day. And sometimes if we don't heal those things, they keep reappearing in our situation because we haven't come to the full healing of that thing. And so we keep reliving it because someone else mistreated them or cheated on them. They think that everybody's going to do that. Sometimes we take that position when we haven't done the necessary healing. So there may be something like that comes out here. This is definitely about love. This may even be something that is brought to the surface so it can be healed, right? It's like, yeah, I understand that happened, but I'm not them. They're not me, right? Or maybe that's something that needs to be expressed to you. I don't know. It could be either or. But if there's some reality in this, then that could be for a few, not for everybody. If there's some reality in this, this actually could end, you know, in a separation. I have the Five of Cups here, which talks about a separation. I have the Fool and the Knight of Swords. And if there is some truth to it, it may in fact come to a point where there is a separating and starting again. Someone has decided to, take their losses as hard as it is, wipe the slate clean, and start over. This could also be the realization that you've already done that. Like, this is a new experience. This is not the past, right? This is a new experience. And so there's some healing with this Five of Cups that needs to be done. If this is not the reality of your situation and there's just some healing that needs to be done in the situation, this almost feels like some residue that's still there from a past, right? That needs to be resolved, which is okay. Grief doesn't have a time frame. And every time we fall in love, there is a part of that clings, right? It takes some work to get over that and to release that and to come to grips with that and accept that and allow that to become a part of us without allowing it to be damaging as we move forward. And there's work in that, okay? That's what this could be showing up for someone. Work that needs to be done around healing past love so that you can enjoy this new beginning that you're in, okay? And that you can move forward with a clear expectation, okay? Without doubts or having to second guess anyone or yourself. And so it could be one or two situations. Maybe there is something found in your suspicion. If it is, you may be walking away, starting over, period. If there's not, this is just needing to deal with those insecurities and those issues that has resurfaced as unhealed trauma around love, okay? That's what I'm getting. Let's see, any advice that Spirit has for us? I feel different. Lots of different situations coming through here. All right. Going back to what the encouragement is, we're going to pull some oracles from Hafiz. All right. And one turn over. I think it did. Maybe not. Okay. So first of all, dance comes out. Now, what I'm hearing with dance is there needs to be, for someone, some movement, right? Especially down in the sacral area, the hip area. I don't care if you're man or woman. This is for everybody. There needs to be some movement to release some of those energies, right? There's some healing needed down in the sacral chakra area, and dancing is perfect for that. You may, in fact, have an opportunity to dance here. Spirit is saying, dance yourself foolish, right? This is an opportunity to release some things. And so, yes, dance, move, allow the energy to move through you. Okay. I'm hearing spirit saying that. And then guidance is golden, right? It's okay to go and ask for guidance. Like, we're never too old. We're never too, accomplished. We're never too strong, um, you know, to ask for assistance or guidance. Spirit wants you to seek some level of assistance. Okay. And I don't know if that would be like counseling, it could be spiritual counseling, but to go and talk to someone, right, that may be able to assist. And this could be you, this could be for you and someone else, whatever it is, okay? Spirit is saying seek guidance, okay? So however you want to do that. And then lastly, receive your blessing. The fact still remains. This does not change the fact that there are beautiful things coming towards you in abundance, in money, in love, right? Now, in order for us to be able to maintain that, I do believe that we have to be in a position to do that. Like, we have to be healthy mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally, to be able to hold on to the blessings that we have coming towards us, whatever that could be. This abundance that is yours, whatever that is. Spirit wants you to be able to maintain it, maintain your position of abundance when it comes through. And so, yeah, Spirit wants you to be able to receive it, to be open for it, and be prepared for it. So, however you fit into this reading, right? All of it may not resonate for everybody. So, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. If it resonates, take it, okay? That's my reading for you. It was a very interesting reading. Thank you, Aries. I appreciate it. Going back to the beginning energies of your prediction for April, abundance, protection, and night, right? This energy coming in for April does, let you know that this is going to be a time to really set boundaries for yourself and for others, and to protect what you hold dear. Okay, whatever that is, you are in the energy of abundance. Okay, first of all, realize that. Okay, and there's something very valuable that you represent, that you hold, that needs protecting. Okay. And then the night, this is all about you really understanding the importance of getting rest. I also feel like I was hearing Spirit say to be on guard too, because that's the main time that people like to sneak and do things, to sneak in unawares when you're not looking. It's at night when things are dark and things can't be seen clearly. I can't help but see all these birds. Why are all the birds up at night? What's going on at night, right? I don't know if it's anything good. And so just be careful. Just be careful and expect anything. Be ready, be guarded, be ready to protect yourself and those that you love, right? It can't help. Just be aware, is what I hear Spirit saying. But that's what I have for you. For the month of April, you are in really beautiful energy. You have beautiful energy coming towards you. Just understand the value of what you have, okay? All right, Aries, thank you so much for stopping by. As always, it's a pleasure reading for you. And if you are looking for a personal read, you can definitely hit me up. If you have questions or you want to comment, you can email me. I'd love to hear from you. If you want to just say, hey, how you doing? Shoot me an email. I will talk back. Other than that, take care. Enjoy your birthday season. We are at 1 hour and 30. I have showered you with all the love that I could muster up. Okay. And this is for you. Enjoy your season. Okay. Celebrate and make sure you dance. Okay. I hope you dance, Aries.